Yo, what's good, boxing heads and fight fans around the world? B Marsh Boxing back at it with another boxing post fight review. And this is a post fight review for Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence. Errol Spence fought a good fight, you know what I mean? I had him winning most of the rounds, if not all of the rounds. Round one and two, Spence was throwing the body shots. Mikey did land an occasional left hook in the early first couple rounds. But Errol Spence was showing that he's dominating with the jab, dictating the pace and the distance, you know what I mean, using his height and reach. And using that jab well for the first three rounds. Round four, Spence was even doubling up his left hand now. He was finding a home for that straight left hand down the pike. He caught Mikey Garcia a couple times straight down the pike on the chin. You know what I'm saying? And also he was doubling up his jab. Mikey did land a nice right and left hook in round four. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I still had to give the Errol Spence. Round five, though, Mikey did start the round off good. He had Errol Spence on the ropes. He was throwing combinations. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't giving the man Errol Spence any punching room because Errol Spence being the taller fighter, it's harder for the man to throw punches when the smaller fighter in Mikey Garcia was crowding him. You know what I mean? But before the end of the round, Spence started dominating with the jabs and throwing that straight left down the pike, right down to the pit of the stomach. You know what I mean? For a power shot rather than a jab. He wasn't really throwing the right hand jab to the pit of the stomach. He was throwing the left hand. You know what I'm saying? Round six, Spence was throwing straight lefts to the body, same as he did in round seven. Um, a wide left hook in round seven caught the man Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? It didn't wobble him, but these are eye-catching shots. You know what I mean? You check it. Round eight, looked like the man Garcia got his nose busted by Errol Spence's left hand. You know what I mean? The jab in the left hand were catching Mikey often, and Mikey was looking gun shy most of the rounds. You know what I mean? He was seldomly throwing that right hand. You know what I'm saying? He was just there standing, you know, just just waiting for look counterpunching opportunities that never came. You know what I mean? Round nine, Errol Spence just started dog walking Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? Straight lefts, left hooks, body shots, had Mikey on the ropes. Mikey wasn't throwing no punches. He actually looked like he wanted the fight to get stopped because he wasn't throwing no punches back. You know what I mean? So, the man Mikey Garcia was lucky the referee ain't stop it. You know what I mean? And it looked like Errol Spence was trying to go in for the kill, trying to go for the stoppage. He didn't get it. Mikey survived the round. You know what I'm saying? Round 11 was another phone booth round where, just like in round 9, Errol Spence closed the distance. And Errol Spence was dictating the ring generalship all night. You know what I mean? He was fighting his best in the center of the ring, using his jab, circling to his left, and he was just dictating the pace of the fight. And then round 11 and round 9, he was closing the distance, going in for the stoppage and looking very comfortable. You know what I mean? He even hit Mikey with a body shot in round 11 that doubled him over. You know what I'm saying? That's when I thought Spence would get the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? But Mikey survived, and even round 12, I had to give it to the man Errol Spence. You know what I mean? He was going for the stoppage, pressing the action, had Mikey on his back foot retreating, and Errol Spence is coming forward. You know what I'm saying? Mike 104 is in the chat. Says, what up, B Marsh? What's good with you, man? How you doing? Charles Jackson, big up, big man. Wagwan star, everything good. Mike 104 says, Spence clipped Mikey with regularity after round five. He did. The most eye-catching shots came from the man Errol Spence, and he was a volume puncher in there. You know what I mean? There was no time was he posturing or just trying to parry shots and not throw nothing back. You know what I mean? The man was letting his guns go. Mike 104 says relentless pressure from Spence was impressive. I enjoy watching his combination punching. He landed a lot of clipping shots, but a few landed clean as fuck. Yeah. Mikey was trying to block most of the shots, but he wasn't throwing no fire back. And he was getting caught, man. You know what I mean? The punch ratio, for every round, Spence was beating him by like 10 to 15 punches every round. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, I gave this fight 120, 108, clean whitewash for the man, um, Errol Spence. If any round Mikey Garcia I would have gave it to, it was probably round two, which was a close round that could have gone either way. But ultimately, I felt the best shots came from Errol Spence. You know what I mean? You know, where does the credit go? Not much credit goes to Errol Spence. He's fighting a guy in a smaller division. You know, not much credit goes to the man Mikey Garcia. You know what I mean? I wonder why he ruined his perfect record to come in and get whitewashed. Um, was this a cash out? You know what I mean? Trying to get that big payday because you know ultimately there ain't nobody for him besides Lomachenko to fight for pay per view type of money. You know what I mean? You check it. He beat Robert Easter. You know, then he fought Adrian Broner. He fought these type of guys. But you know, he ain't had that pay per view fight. So when the opportunity presented itself, he took Errol Spence. I thought it was a stupid move. I ain't like the fight to begin with, you know. But at the end of the day, it looked like Mikey Garcia, who's been in the sport for 11 years, was looking for a payday, and he got it. You know what I'm saying? And there's not going to be much criticism handed to Mikey Garcia. I wonder if his pound for pound ranking, does he shift? Does he get knocked out the pound for pound? We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But you know, ultimately, I think the fight to be made for him was with Lomachenko, and still is. I'd love to see that fight in at lightweight unification. You know, I'd always favored Mikey Garcia. I never understood why he took on Errol Spence, a guy who's arguably the best at 147 in the world. You know what I mean? The biggest dude, and the dude who's a big 147 welterweight. You know what I mean? It's a bad decision on Mikey's part. You know what I mean? His nice glossy record. You know, it's no longer. He got that. Oh, he got that one loss on his record. You know what I mean? Errol Spence is still undefeated. Hopefully he can get a unification with one of those welterweights on PBC. But if you heard Sean Porter tonight on the commentary, he wants no parts of the man Errol Spence. He don't even mention his name. He was only praising and saying great things about him when he was doing his post-fight commentary with Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Charles Jackson said Mike wanted no smoke after round 7. Yeah, man, he got his nose busted up. Started leaking, man. Blood squirting down on his chest, you know. I mean, like, I was surprised his corner, Robert Garcia, let the fight go on. I thought they would have tried to stop the fight, throw in the towel, throw in the damn towel, you know what I mean? I thought they would have, you know? I see Mikey get out of a fight versus Orlando Salido, claiming his nose was broken. I'm surprised he went 12, but it's a moral victory on his part. Mike said, I'm glad I streamed and didn't pay 79. Neither did I. And I had a nice view on it, you know what I mean? Nice view on it. But yeah, man, B Marsh Boxing, let me know what y'all thought about this fight. Let me know what you think about Mikey Garcia. What is his next options? I don't see him getting back in the ring for the rest of this year. He's going to enjoy that pay-per-view money, that guaranteed money, and he's going to call it a day for this year. Maybe he'll be back next year. We'll see. You know what I mean? I know Luke Campbell is mandatory for the WBC belt at lightweight. We'll see what Luke Campbell. I forgot whom I heard is a possibility for Luke Campbell to fight. Luke Campbell just fought last night on the DAZN card, knocked his opponent out in 5 rounds. You know what I mean? So we shall see. For Errol Spence, he has numerous options. He was with Manny Pacquiao at the end of the fight. Manny Pacquiao, you could tell, did not want no parts of being next to Errol Spence because the world might be asking for that fight, and Manny wants no parts. If Manny Pacquiao gets in the ring with Errol Spence, that would be the last we see of Manny Pacquiao fighting in boxing. And I'm sure Manny Pacquiao would like to prolong his PBC career a little bit longer. I'm sure he was hoping for Mikey Garcia to win the fight. You know what I mean? So there's Errol Spence, there's Keith Thurman, there's Sean Porter. Unifications. Let's see if they can make it happen. B Marsh Boxing.